thank you. This is part 3. Okay, so in part 3, we've talked about part 1. We talked about the hard drive, and we've talked about the CPU, and we've talked about RAM. But we need one more type of memory, which is ROM, which is read-only memory. Okay, up here on my face, Josh. Thank you. Right, so read-only memory, if you think of it, we need to have instructions in our brain that stay there all the time, okay? So could you imagine if when we went to sleep, everything switched off, we forgot everything. In the morning, you'd wake up, you wouldn't even know how to speak English, you'd be like this. Okay? So, and someone would have to come and say, A is for apple. What is A for? And you'd go, apple. Alright, so by the end of the day, you might be able to say a couple of words. So we need, back on the computer, some memory in here that stays there all the time. And that's what we call ROM, read-only memory. And in that memory, which is on one of these chips, probably that one, maybe that one, okay, it just stores the basic instructions of how to load up the computer, okay? Look up. Right, so, you know when you switch a computer on sometimes, it can go into safe mode, and you see just white text. Those are the basic instructions. That's like the language stored in the computer on the ROM, so the computer can start up, okay? So, back to our thing down here. So we've got our hard drive, CPU, central processing unit, the good old brain. We've got our RAM where we do all our calculations. So obviously the more RAM you have, the more programs you can have open and stuff like that. And there's just a couple more things I want to show you in here before we go. All of these other bits on this big green board. This green board is called a motherboard. It's a circuit board. And just like your mother looks after your family, this circuit board looks after all the different components of the computer. Okay? But we can add extra bits onto it with these things here. These are called expansion slots. So over here, you can see a card. You've got one of these cards. You plug it in to the expansion slot. And just like people who do gaming and stuff say, oh, I want to get the XP20 graphics card. They can just stick it in there, boom, take one of these things out of the back, or maybe not, and make a hole, and then it shows. Okay? Right, so that is it, basics of a computer. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that lesson. I will be testing most of you. Whoever watches this video will probably be tested. So you need to remember the bits, the hard drive, the CPU, and I'm going to stop there because I've been informed by my cameraman we have reached 3 minutes. Thank you very much.